The best offline game in January 2021 will accompany your days in early 2021. How could you not? New games are always released every month. Now, as usual, this time's summary is summarized from different types of games. Immediately, here is a list of the 10 best offline games for January 2021 Android that you can play earlier this year using an Android phone. Let's check this out. Scrapyard Tycoon is a simulation game where you will be the manager of a used goods place. Later, you will manage a variety of different machines to get as much money and profit as possible. For that, you can destroy cars or recycle used cars. There are various different workstations that you can manage in the game, starting from the car wheels, body parts, interior parts, to mechanical parts. Conceptually, this game presents a business simulation game that is quite unique. Apart from that, the simple controls that this game offers make it suitable to be played while you are relaxing. Next up is an exploration game with a third-person perspective entitled The First Tree. This game is centered on two parallel stories. The first story is a fox trying to find her missing family. At the same time, you will also be presented with a narrative story of a child who reconnects with his estranged father in Alaska. You will tell the story during the game. For that, you will control the fox by exploring a number of regions. Later, you also have to find various artifacts to continue the storyline. The story presentation in this game is also packed with light puzzle elements, a platformer, and no enemies at all. So focus on story and exploration. As the title implies, MMC Racing is a game that focuses on racing action. In this game, you will play by driving a variety of classic cars from America and Australia from the late 60s to the 90s. The race itself will be carried out against a number of AI characters. For the race track, this game provides a number of different maps which you can later unlock. Increasingly, this game will present increasingly challenging races. Even though it looks very potential, unfortunately this game still has flaws. As a racing game, this game has a physics car which feels difficult to control. In addition, the graphic presentation will feel heavy even though it is still not too detailed. If you are looking for recommendations for battle royale games that can be played offline, Magica.io might be an interesting game to play. The reason is, the battles in this game will bring you to use a variety of different powers. This power can be combined from several different elements, such as fire, water, and earth. You will get a number of new powers after the character reaches a new level. In total, there are more than 20 powers that can be unlocked. The game itself will be carried out quite concisely, which only takes a matter of minutes. Apart from strength, this game also provides a number of heroes and different types of weapons that you can use. In addition, this game also includes a number of maps and different game modes to make it less boring. After the success of the first series, the Bonfire also now comes with the second series or the successor series. As the latest series, this game has a game concept that is quite similar to the first series. In this game, you are required to survive as long as possible. Later, you can collect resources, make various buildings, and develop the population to make it bigger. It's not that simple, you also have to fight the attacks of wild animals that attack at night. Even though the concept is quite similar, this game comes with a very different graphic presentation. In this series, you will be spoiled with very attractive 3D graphics. With an interesting game concept, plus a better graphic presentation than the first series, of course the second series from the Bonfire is a game that is a pity to miss. As one of the sports with a very large fan base, soccer is certainly a very interesting game theme. Well, one of the soccer games that can be played this year is a game called Soccer Superstar. Conceptually, this game may not present new gameplay, but even so, the gameplay it offers is still very interesting to play. The game itself carries an arcade-type game with a simple control mechanism. The reason is, all you have to do is direct the ball you want to go to by drawing a line on the screen. Later, this game provides a lot of football scenes that will become more challenging as you progress. Combining horror elements with escape game mechanics, METEL HORROR ESCAPE is quite successful in presenting a game that is both entertaining and challenging. In this game, you have a task to escape from a maniac. The game will start from your character who is locked in a room. Later, you are required to solve a number of puzzles in order to find a way out. But you also have to make sure you don't make the maniac suspicious. The reason is, you will lose if the maniac manages to realize your attempt to escape. Interestingly, this game also provides several different characters. Each character also has a unique story. Well, if you like escape games, especially those with puzzle elements, then this game will be the right game for you. Truberbrook is an adventure game packed with mystery and sci-fi elements. In this game, you will be taken on an adventurous vacation to a parallel universe in the 1960s. You will do this story by playing a young scientist from America. The scientist ended up in a remote village in rural Germany. In terms of gameplay, this game has a simple game mechanism. You can move with a point-and-click system. Later, you have to interact with a number of objects to solve various puzzles. In total, this game provides up to 10 hours of playtime. With a beautiful graphic presentation and supported by a good story, of course it can make players feel more at home while playing. With the impression of a fun game and supported by colorful graphics, Evo Pop has succeeded in presenting a unique gameplay. How not, this game will take you to control a character named Evo. These characters are colorful creatures that live in colonies and can reproduce very quickly. The game itself will be done by facing several enemies. Uniquely, each character also has various characteristics and abilities. That way, your strategy will certainly be very necessary. The game can be won by defeating the enemy Evo character. The trick is to make your Evo character bigger. Besides that, you can also win the game if the total number of characters has reached a certain number. Even though it seems simple, this game can be very entertaining. If you have played Limbo and Inside games, you might like the nuances of this one game. Far Lone Sails comes with a graphic nuance dominated by monochrome colors. In addition, the story in this game is presented without words. The story of this game itself is set in a post-apocalyptic world. As players, you have a duty to bring the main character on a ship. The ship will be taken to pass through different regions. Later, you will also be faced with a number of obstacles and light puzzles. Along the way, you will be presented with a unique ship upgrade system. In addition, you will also find scenery that depicts the destruction of human civilization.